Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Signals the start of the show. Welcome to Coal Mine, where we dig deep to get into the mind of coal. I'm your host, Mr. Brock. With me, as always, is coal-looking fly as ever, Eller.
And speaking of looking fly, that makes 2 in the shoe right here. It's Meko.
What's up? And last but not least, my homegirl, your homegirl, his wife, Emily.
Well done, Meko. You didn't forget here.
I know.
I'm so proud
of you.
I've
been working on that.
We got one more on the show today. We're very excited. We talked about him last week. We got Steve from I Still Call It a Lariat. Am I saying that word correct?
Lariat, yeah.
Lariat.
Close enough.
Sorry, I got that Minnesota accent.
It's the Minnesota accent. I give you props for it.
Steve,
Nice.
thanks for joining us, buddy.
Definitely, guys. Definitely. This is awesome. Thank you for having me.
No, it's
You
cool.
are very welcome. Anything we can do to promote a fellow podcaster.
That's right.
Yes,
Thanks for the
sir.
shout out
Vice
last
versa.
week, and again, we'll keep shouting you out. But first and foremost, why don't you introduce yourself a bit? Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Brick, New Jersey. It's a little. At one point it was the safest city in America. I don't know if it still is, but it's
No, it's not.
It's right on the Jersey Shore there. If you've ever seen the show The Jersey Shore, I'm literally a town over. I had to deal with those idiots for a good amount of my life.
I was gonna say you come across as one of those people. Just looking at you.
Like that
Definitely
Italian,
look like
Italian
that.
guy.
I don't know. He definitely.
I am not Italian, but unfortunately I hung around with him enough that I kind of sound it.
What is your ethnicity exactly?
I'm actually German, of all things. That's where the Zaf comes in.
You know what? That's actually so funny. I actually recently watched the Charlie Chaplin film, The Great Dictator, where he played Hinkle. But he was kind of a satire of Adolf Hitler. So can you do your best like Charlie Chaplin impression as Adolf Hitler?
Whoa, let's see it.
Best Charlie Chaplin, Adolf Hitler.
Yes.
All right, wait. Let me. That was just because they're both dead.
That was beautiful. For a moment there, I didn't even see Steve anymore. That was unbelievable.
I love it.
It was just complete transition. That was
a surreal moment.
sheer.
You're good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're down in Florida now, correct?
Yes, sir. I am. I reside in Orlando, Florida. Work a day job for Disney of all things, because everyone works for the mouse at some point.
Did you hear that?
I've heard it's not a great place to work anymore.
I don't have much to go on. I'm a fairly new employee, and I'm a manager for a restaurant. I'm technically like a third-party manager, so I deal with Disney kind of loosely at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
But they pay me well enough to make sure that the bills get paid at this point.
Absolutely.
That's
all
good
that
to hear,
matters.
I guess. If you're happy with it, that's all that counts.
Sure. So
It's a job, at least.
That's what I can say about my janitor position at the school.
come on, your passion is cleaning shit up.
That is my passion.
I'm just shocked they let you around children at this point.
It's after hours, Steve. It's after hours.
You ain't the only one, huh, Steve.
Yeah.
What they don't know won't hurt them.
Or actually, what they don't know might hurt them.
Cole, that doesn't stand up in court, buddy. We've been over this.
You know what they say?
Gosh.
If my stance is from 2022 or beyond that, it's no good. But if it's current, it's fair game.
What does that even mean?
I said all that stuff back before 2022.
You've said it for the last year on the podcast.
Yeah, but the difference is those were all just jokes.
Oh, okay. You're clear.
Listen, I'm a big believer. You can't get mad at a joke.
That's right, and that's what we stress. We talked about that in the last one. We talked about free speech. Jokes are jokes.
Yep, jokes.
We talked about.
Well, I mean, that's why all the times that I've threatened Showtime to smother him with a pillow, I put a note on there that says this is just a joke. You can't get mad at this point.
Totally.
Yeah,
and again, the day that they find his cold dead body, you'll say, "Man, I was just kidding, officer."
It was all a joke.
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little note on there. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.
That's one thing I wanted to ask you about. What's your connection to Showtime? How do you guys know each other?
So basically all three of us, me, Showtime, and Scarps, have all actually been friends for a really long time. I've been friends with Mike since the summer of me going into my sophomore year of high school and the summer of him going into his freshman year of high school. So we are going on close to 30 years now.
Nice.
Ron, one day you just said, "Hey, let's make a podcast."
So we've been friends forever. He was actually the best man at my wedding, and I was the best man at his wedding. But we've kind of done everything together at some point or another. We've worked together. We've wrestled together. We've been tag team partners. We've been biggest rivals. And then on the show, we're kind of this same exact old married couple that we've been for the last 30 years. So,
nice.
That's awesome. I think that really comes through on your show, honestly. Your guys' chemistry is unbelievable. Not just that. As someone recently getting into wrestling, I know very little, other than, the stuff I saw in middle school and the video games I played. But now getting back into it and really getting into the scene, there's so much to it. And you guys do a fantastic job of analyzing beyond analyzing. And I cannot get over your guys' wealth of knowledge on it. That's insane.
So I'm sure there's probably knowledge that should be in my head that isn't there because I have too much wrestling knowledge. That's just kind of the way. It's kind of the way my world works at this point. To go to your video game comment, I actually still have a Nintendo 64 set up over here with No Mercy.
Nice.
Cool being.
I peaked my video game playing at 64. I'm a huge believer in 64 is the greatest system to ever exist. Still
I'm a huge believer in the 64. And I think the No Mercy and the WrestleMania 2000 games were the best ones that came out. So
sure. What was the other one? WCW versus NWO.
Mm-hmm.
WCW versus NWO Revenge.
Yeah.
I think I have that one somewhere too. I had all three, but I'm not sure where the third one went.
Those wrestling games were unbelievable. Yeah. They were so much fun.
Yep.
and they were tough. I mean, eventually you just ended up just slapping the guy for 6 rounds waiting to get that health bar down.
They were monotonous button mashers,
frustrated,
but they were good monotonous button mashers.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we've been I've been a wrestling fan about as long as I can remember. One of my earliest memories is still kind of watching primetime wrestling before it became Raw with my father.
Nice.
Probably being up way too late for the age that I was, and my mom working a third shift at that point. So
this is going to be probably a really tough question to ask you. Who's your favorite wrestler?
So I have two.
Okay.
One is always going to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Woo, nice.
Woo.
Yeah, that's back in the day. Yeah,
that's back in the day. But you can watch Ricky Steamboat matches now and they still hold up. That's where we're at. And then for a little bit newer, but still probably a little bit too old for the younger audience, Shane Douglas. When I got into ECW, Shane Douglas kind of was the promos that made me want to be a wrestler. So Ricky Steamboat put on the matches that made me want to wrestle, and then Shane Douglas put on the promos that made me want to wrestle. And I've gotten to actually kind of sit at the learning tree of both of them at certain points. So I got a little lucky with that one.
That's cool.
He sounds like the name of an Academy Award-winning actor. And the Oscar goes to Shane Douglas.
Good insight, Cole.
Yes.
So I guess
like
being around the business for so long, have you had the chance to meet a lot of these guys and, work with any of them, actually?
Yeah, so Damian Priest, who just won the world title, I've known him for 20 years. Wow. I trained with him at the Monster Factory originally. And then there's a couple other guys that are in TNA now, and QT Marshall, who works a lot with behind the scenes for AEW. A lot of us all kind of meshed or melded at certain points. I've wrestled Jay Lethal a bunch once. there's a couple guys who I've just kind of known throughout the time of my career, and now even especially being down here, Orlando's kind of a hotbed for wrestling because it's where WWE's developmental is. So even the place that I trained jiu-jitsu at, it's like the majority of our coaches are signed WWE wrestlers too. Like Karrion Kross is one of our coaches. Matt Riddle is one of our coaches. Shayna Baszler is one of our coaches. So it's kind of, you walk in and it takes it. The first time I got there, actually, they had me rolling live with Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm like, this is. They're like, oh, do you know this guy? I was like, I know who he is. Like, I know. And for a guy who didn't, he's one of those guys too who it took me a little while because I had known Matt Riddle for a couple of years now at this point. Meeting Shinsuke was weird because he's like a legend in Japan, and then even over here he's so big. And it took a few months until I realized he's a normal human being. We did an all-day class because my professor was nice enough to be like, oh, hey, like, we know it's the anniversary of your mom passing away. Like, we're going to take your mind off things by just letting you roll for 24 straight hours, basically.
Cool.
Yeah. And we were talking to him. He's like, oh, are you coming to nighttime class? And he's like, oh, I have a music thing for my daughter. And it took him a second to think of the English word. He goes, a recital. And I was like, wait, you go to school recitals for your daughter? And it was like the weirdest thing in the world. It's like finding out Santa Claus isn't real type of thing. Like, wait, you're like a normal human. Like, you do normal human things and like have a family and like a kids and stuff like that. And he was one of those guys that in the business, I hadn't known him well enough to think of him as anything other than whatever his character was on television at that point.
No, that's funny. I can totally relate. My wife can probably attest to this. I've had the opportunity to meet a couple celebrities in my life, and I turn into a screaming little girl. I'm just embarrassed at the conversation. Sinbad, Steve-O, Astronautilus, couple local rappers. Anytime I've gone up to them, I just have to turn into a gushing fan and tell them all of the cool things they've done, which I know they don't care about. Yeah. And I forget they're human beings.
And they know they've done it because they were there when they were doing
100%. Sitting and telling Sinbad everything cool about Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
I just blew it. I walked away just going, that guy hated me.
Yeah. That was filmed in Minnesota, huh?
Yep.
And I do walk to the farthest corner of whatever until he asks
please tell
me.
Please tell me with Sinbad, though, you were like, because I've got a bigger brain.
Nope, I wasn't. I gave him a copy of my children's book and talked about Jingle All the Way and just thought, man, that's making a quick pass to the garbage can when you get into the green room, isn't it?
And then he asked you a bunch of questions about characters from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and you couldn't answer any of them.
Now, I feel like that's a dig on a side story. It has nothing to do with this anecdote. Sorry, Steve. Recently, I did get a trivia question correct, and Cole has not lived it down. It's come up twice on the podcast.
So how does jiu-jitsu work in wrestling? Like, how does that work? Like, that's real kicking ass right there, right?
Yeah, so I've been a martial artist my whole life. Cool. Nice. No one ever believes it because when they actually meet me, I'm 6'2" and I'm on my low days, I'm like 240 right now. Yeah. But I grew up a small kid. So, and I grew up in a time before the internet was big. So being a small kid, you didn't get bullied on the internet. You got bullied by getting thrown into fucking lockers.
Physically. Yeah.
A little known fact about me, I actually used to do karate classes when I was in middle school. Only because I was inspired by the scenes in SpongeBob in which SpongeBob and Sandy would do karate. And I really wanted to try it for myself.
I was going to say, you know, Cole, by the way you said karate.
I was going to say he was inspired by Step Brothers. And we were just going to go do karate in the garage.
But it was so evident. It's so evident that you're a true karate star by the way you said karate.
I love karate. I love money, eh? Yeah. I hate all of you.
Is that why they kicked you out of the class first day? They said this is an improv, get out?
No, they just couldn't stand me because I couldn't stop doing my SpongeBob impression.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were actually just pissed that he was still wearing the SpongeBob shirt. Yeah. Like, it was just SpongeBob in a black belt.
Yeah, he wouldn't upgrade from the yellow belt because it reminded him too much of SpongeBob. Just refused to move anywhere.
It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't need the promotion.
I'll take a purple for Patrick, but that's it.
I don't want that shit.
All right.
Well, but no, jiu-jitsu has been cool, man. Like, one, it helps relieve stress. Choking somebody out on a mat helps make sure I don't choke people out in real life.
Really? Oh, wow.
Let's try that.
Wow.
I
I suppose, yeah.
God, you got a weird neck.
Yeah, it's pretty stress relieving, actually. And I always say it's the one martial art that like anyone can do. If you're big, if you're small, if you're old, if you're young, you can do jiu-jitsu. You just have to figure out the right way to get around things. So that's always I train down here. It's called Rudo's BJJ. It used to be Daniel Gracie. My direct coach is a Gracie black belt. So he's got the actual credentials to do some stuff.
Is he Jewish as well?
Really nice guy. What's that?
He's not Jewish.
Is he Jewish as well?
He's not Jewish.
Who's the as well in that
Who is Jewish?
I don't know.
You just asked me if I was Hitler.
No, I asked you if you were one of Hitler's experiments.
I'm not that old, man. Jesus.
What experiment?
I'm old enough. Cool. I saw The Great Dictator in theaters. That's what my grandpa would say.
Ay, caramba.
Yeah.
Grandpa did.
Ay, caramba.
Oh, moving on. I had a couple questions on stuff. I was listening to the podcast this week. Again, new to wrestling. Can you explain what the Attitude Era is?
So the Attitude Era is basically the time from about 1997 to, I want to say it was probably about 2002, 2003 era.
Sweet. So that's what I watched.
Basically, everything from like Stone Cold Steve Austin, well, a little bit before Austin like won the title. So basically about the point where they formed D-Generation X and the NWO until I want to say probably about the point where like John Cena got big. Like the point that Cena gets big is kind of the cutoff. That's when they started calling it the Ruthless Aggression Era. So the Attitude Era is the highest grossing, highest money funding type era of pro wrestling.
Sure, because that had huge mass appeal. I mean, I was not a guy who you'd expect watching wrestling, but it was fun, right? I mean, it was
so that I mean, that's The Rock, that's Stone Cold, that's Shawn Michaels, it's Triple H. It's when you're getting all of that. It's probably the biggest storytelling time in pro wrestling. I'm not a huge fan of some of the wrestling that goes on with it because I'm a fan of kind of technical wrestling. I know you had Justin Fowler on last week, and we're kind of on the same boat with that, where I like a lot of technical wrestling with things, and I like storytelling in the ring. The storytelling outside of the ring was much better during the Attitude Era, but it was a lot of just brawling and weapons and rule abandonment. And I was like, okay, well, if you're going to try to portray it as a sport, you have to portray the rules of the sport. And that's even one of my issues, which I know it comes through a lot on the show, is my issues with AEW is, well, you have a 10 count on the outside of the ring, but they're outside the ring for 5 minutes straight. Well, the 10 count ended about 4 minutes ago, guys. Like, the match is over. Congratulations. You're just fighting for no reason now.
Whoa. They're not always sticking to regulations with those counting? That's just blowing my mind.
I love the
count.
You know what? They should be. It's actually one of those things that you're taught in wrestling school is it's the wrestler's job to make sure that you follow or bend the rules properly. And it's the referee's job to make sure that they're enforcing the rules. So if me and you were having a match and I walked up to you and I poked you in the eye right in front of the referee and he watches it, he's like, okay, well, now I have to admonish you. If I walk up to the referee and I pull him over to the ropes and I say, hey, this fan is making fun of me, and he looks at the fan real quick and then I poke you in the eye, well, he didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But
nice.
They actually did something recently on AEW where if it was a different company, if it was a different era, the ref would have gotten fired for it because the wrestler was actually out cold. He took a move wrong or something like that. And instead of counting a 3 count because it wasn't supposed to be the real ending to the match, he stopped his hand and the fans called him out on it. Like it's one of those things where if it was Vince McMahon in 97, he would have gotten reamed out, fined, and fired all at once.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Three punishment. He gets a threesome in terms of punishments.
Hey, so what is the era before, like, Stone Cold and The Rock? Like, I'm 42 years old, okay?
So we're the same age.
God damn.
Okay, so like, we got Jake the Snake, Legion of Doom.
So you've got the Hogan era, which is like 82, 84 area to like 92 area, 93, which is, I think that's considered, it's supposed to be the rock and wrestling era, is always what they called it. That was why they had the Hogan cartoon back in the day, the Hogan Rock and Wrestling.
Yep.
The Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
And then they had the new era, I think is what it was called, the new generation.
Okay.
Because that was when like Shawn Michaels kind of took over and Bret Hart, and you had those guys. Then the new generation.
The Four Horsemen, right?
Yeah. And then you had and then you slowly transitioned, or not slowly, you quickly transitioned from like the new generation into the Attitude Era.
Okay.
And then you did the Ruthless Aggression, and then we've been in like a PG era for the last like 10, 15 years where you couldn't curse, and they were competing with Disney and stuff like that. And then now we're in this pro wrestling era again, which is kind of cool. The Triple H era, as they keep calling it.
Don't forget the fact that all these pro wrestlers like Hulk Hogan became just like the stars of all these family-friendly movies for the longest time.
Like three ninjas.
Jingle all the way.
What was that called? High Noon at Mega Mountain or something?
When Three Ninjas first came out, I was totally a Rocky type of guy.
I was a Mr. Nanny guy.
Yeah, see, I was a Rocky type of guy. Colt and Rocky and Tum Tum, my type of guys.
Who didn't like Three Ninjas? That was a fabulous film.
Everybody seen The Pacifier with Vin Diesel?
No, Cole, tell us about it.
I don't know.
I have seen it. It's so good.
It is a good movie. And so what about No Holds Barred?
I love No Holds Barred. It's one of those hidden things that we all listen. So I've been a server, bartender, manager for restaurants for a really long time, and I worked at a restaurant where Zeus Tiny Lister,
yes sir,
came in and like sat at the Tebow.
Yeah.
You got knocked the fuck out. Like, he was at the restaurant. I was like, wait, I very rarely get starstruck, and I was like, yo, Debo's here.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's cool.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Bar. Hulk Hogan at his finest, bro.
One of the reasons we wanted to...
Hulk Hogan essentially just playing Hulk Hogan.
Just Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Well, one of the reasons, again, you're obviously a really fun guy. We wanted to bring you on the show so you could do some of our segments with us. Are you ready to jump into some birthday beat 'em up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, so funny story is you guys actually just missed my birthday for the beat 'em up.
Oh, when was it?
I was the 11th.
Yeah,
Here's one for you then.
Well, hold on. Guys, let's do a quick sidebar when we start. I got one. There's music you can't hear.
What?
If you look at his rhythm, he's totally
It jives
He's
up.
totally in key.
he's into it.
Like when we sang NWA in the car once.
April 11th.
April 11th.
Steve, I don't know how to say your last name.
14.
Zaf, you can just go with Zaf.
Steve Zaff. Cole, 1 to 10.
0 out of 10. This guy is a gold mine.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna say 0 too. You already just say you're
It's just
six.
because you got.
I heard you say you're 6'2".
You guys love me.
You're 6'2", right?
You haven't got to
6'2".
6'2".
6'1" and change.
Yeah, okay,
Here's Emily.
Steve, I know Brock likes to play it safe with people he knows, and he's probably going to give you a low. And I like going against the grain, so I'm going to give you like a 6.
Oh.
Let's fight.
Oh, god damn.
See, I appreciate that. It's on a 1 to 10 because I give myself a solid 8.
Bro,
I love it.
I see myself in the mirror every day, and I don't like to punch myself.
Oh yeah.
you guys
Like I don't know why my wife is with me. I know what I look like naked. I wouldn't tag me.
Steve, I'm giving you a 10 out of 10. I want to hit the ring with you, brother. I want to get in there. I got a dream. I'm calling this out. 1 year from now, I'm getting in the ring, okay? And I want one of my matches.
I mean, 1 year from now, I might be in Minnesota, so there's a good chance of it.
We're gonna do it. Are you gonna come?
I mean, they're saying that Mania is going to be in Minnesota.
Yeah.
the medium length goal for the podcast right now is that me and the other hosts have to be out where Mania is next year. Well,
you got a place to stay, man. When you come out here, come hit it up. We're gonna get together, dude. We're gonna do a joint podcast for that.
I'm sure we got a couple places to stay. You guys are only about 15 minutes from where my wife's family is. So
no kidding. No, we're
you guys said you said Cole's from Hastings, right? Like that's where my wife's from.
Yeah. What a small world, huh?
Cool.
Small world. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
I actually found out she graduated with you.
What's her name again?
Jasmine Torberg.
That name
she was a
doesn't ring
gymnast.
a bell.
Yeah, that's right. I married a gymnast. Envy me.
What year did she graduate?
She graduated 2013.
She was in your class. Does she know Cole Spavin? You should ask her if she knows Cole Spavin.
I may have Facebook stalked Cole just to see if she knew him, and she did know who he was.
Cole Spavin.
Nice.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. He might not know.
What'd she say about me, bitches?
She said she didn't know you well. She just said she knew who you were.
Yeah.
Well, tell her to listen to one episode. She'll know him quite well.
I gotta be honest.
She said your reputation preceded you.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he doesn't know what preceded mean, man.
He knows a lot of big words.
Not preceded.
Like,
More than I
know. Not you.
Go into detail with that.
No, she said that she said it was funny that I was on your podcast just because again, same area, small world, man.
Yes,
it's always a small world stuff.
That's so funny.
Absolutely.
Man. All right.
The internet made the world really, really small.
It sure did. Okay, speaking of small worlds, let's go on to the next one. Are you ready? You can actually jump in on this one.
Awesome.
All right.
What?
We'll let you kick this one off first. April 14th, Anthony Michael Hall.
Anthony Michael. Oh, man. I'm going to give him like maybe a 1 because I love weird science.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're talking.
Underrated.
We're gonna have to differentiate. We're going 80s Michael or now? He's two different guys,
80s.
man.
80s
Okay,
Michael.
80s.
I think if we're going 80s Michael, I'm not punching him. If we're going like Dead Zone Michael, I might give him a solid 5.
Cole, do you know he was in Freddy Got Fingered?
Yes, I do actually.
What do you think then? What's your number?
I think that above all else, Anthony Michael Hall probably wanted to beat the crap out of Tom Green. So that officially makes me say a 1 out of 10 for Anthony Michael Hall.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking 80s Anthony Michael Hall, I would say 10 out of 10, but that's only because I actually feel like I could pick a fight with him and actually win it.
That's fair. That's a good answer.
Because let's face it, he was a scrawny little bitch in Breakfast Club.
He was. You think Emilio would have had his back, though?
Probably. Emilio was kind of a stand-up
Judd
guy.
Nelson was more scary than Emilio Estevez.
I agree.
Nelson
Judd,
is a little
back then he
you know
was,
something?
Yeah.
You know something, Emily? Judd Nelson actually almost got fired from Breakfast Club because his attitude was kind of the same on set as it was in the film.
As it should
Yeah,
be.
it should.
He's
Is
a
he
method
stuffing weed
actor.
down people's pants on the set?
I think so, yeah. And he was harassing Molly Ringwald.
Oh, criminy. What a punk. Meko, where you at?
Punk.
I'm an 80s kid, man, so I'm not going to punch him.
Okay.
Not going to punch him at all.
Emily, this is your question. I know you love this man.
Negative 17.
Yeah.
I would have tried to marry him. Sorry.
Damn.
I probably would have. If I was in the 80s.
Well, now I'm giving him a 10.
God,
Hear
break
that,
10.
Anthony Michael Hall? You come to Minnesota, I'm getting you in the ring. Stay away from my wife.
This one. If you're fighting him, I'm fighting him.
Yeah, you hear that?
We're whooping
Can I
him.
join in, please?
No, you're on his team. I got to get some swigs in
No,
on
I
you after
said,
that slap.
can you turn him into 80s Anthony Michael Hall so I can land the final blow on him?
Yep, I can do that.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, next.
What?
All right, April 15th. Emily, do you really want to do Emma Watson?
No.
Okay, good, because I really want to do Seth Rogen. I got some issues.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
You want to punch Seth?
Bitch!
Yeah.
He's a funny fucking guy.
He is.
I just got done watching Pineapple Express this morning.
Yeah.
I
gotta
woke
be
up with
honest.
him watching Pineapple Express.
I gotta be honest.
had an
the
That
only
doesn't
role-
surprise me, actually.
I gotta be honest. The only role I actually could tolerate him in was Donkey Kong in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But even that, I think, should have went to Dwayne Johnson. I think that would have been more appropriate.
Playing
Really?
Donkey Kong?
Yes.
Are you just trying to suck up to the wrestling fan in the room or what?
No, I just think he would be better as Donkey Kong.
That's fair.
The Rock
Gotta
is.
respect
The
your
Rock
opinion
is. Have you ever met The Rock?
I've never met The Rock. I've met a couple. I've met like Cena and stuff like that once or twice. That was kind of cool. But The Rock was already Hollywood by the time I got into wrestling. Kind of.
Is he back in wrestling?
Yeah, he's at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's a member of the TKO's board of directors now. He's like they just paid him a ton of money.
Sweet.
Oh, why?
Like he's like real people rich. He's like Jay-Z rich now.
He said real people rich.
Well, he has
like he's not just like, oh, I'm a rich athlete. Now he's like
he owns a football. The whole football. Yeah,
I love what he did with the XFL. Honestly, I'm so glad he took it.
And they're stealing rules from him for the NFL. So this year,
now they combined it. It was him, the XFL and the USFL combined to what the US UFL or something like that.
No, so he totally legitimized it when he took it over, and he had the passion for it. And like if you watch the interviews on him when he talks about it, like I love him. I love everything he says about it. It's for that. It's what the 56th man. That's what he always talks about. It's for the one guy who got cut, so they get another shot. Like
if you ever watch his show is actually pretty good. Television show. Sitcom about his life. Yeah,
the Young Rock. I've never watched the Young Rock. But I'm a huge Ballers fan.
Oh, totally. I love Ballers.
I used to love Ballers when it was on HBO, and I like once every 3 years I rewatch the whole series just because.
Good. It's a good series. Good one.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Yep. I like The Rock in it. In the football. The family and how they show how football is, and the players and how they act in real life, it's pretty good.
And unfortunately, Emily has to take off for a work event, so I'm going to throw Seth Rogen her way so she can get one more in and say goodbye. Here you go, Emily.
And I have to pee really bad, too.
I love him on Billy on the Street. I think he's funny.
Billy on the Street?
Yeah.
Rogan?
Yeah, Billy Eichner has a show, and Seth Rogen's on it, and it's probably one of my favorite. He's been in movies.
Yeah.
Decent. Some are funny, some aren't, but... Just as a normal guy, I'd want to hang out with him a lot. So I'm gonna give it 2 just for the laughs sometimes.
I would totally have a dinner date with Seth Rogen.
Yeah. We could be a throuple.
Yeah.
We could go in a trio.
Hell yeah.
Nice to meet
God,
you.
I'm just getting kicked out of everything.
Yeah, right. You're
seriously,
man. You're fighting everybody now.
You want to beat him up.
Yeah.
Why do you think?
You said it before. No, I was saying.
Let me just explain. Okay, you know what? I think I'm coming back around, and like you said, there's other things, but there was.
You said what you said.
Get out of here. She doesn't have a work event. That's our sign that we're having hiring problems.
Brock's like, don't you have to go to work?
Yeah, we call them work events. She'll be back in 3 weeks. Smelling like Anthony Michael Hall.
That probably smells bad.
But here's my thing on Seth Rogen. Again, I don't hate him. There was just an era when I was growing up of like Seth Rogen, Will Ferrell, and all those guys where there was just too much of them. And like I went to, unfortunately, like Madison, and it was kind of a douchey place at times where everybody quoted that stuff all the time. So I just grew to resent them. And like I think enough times passed where I can heal and move on and get back into them and respect them for what they are. But I don't know. They all just rub me the wrong way at certain times. But now I kind of feel like I want to jump on the Rogan bandwagon.
So you're scarred? You said it rubs you the wrong way. Are you going to have to show us on the doll where it touched you? Like, I real life.
Right here, baby. Right here. That's where it touched me.
Brock, remember when Rob Schneider was landing huge roles?
I love Rob Schneider. We're going to go see him on May 17th.
Rob Schneider?
Yeah, we're going to go see him in Mystic on May 17th. I love Rob. We got fourth row tickets, man. It's going to be insane.
Rob Schneider, funny guy.
He was the stapler in South Park.
Yep, that was his.
Rob Schneider is the stapler.
The quintessential role.
Yeah. Steve, did we get your answer on Seth Rogen? I don't know. I may have swayed you with my compelling argument.
Yeah.
And Rob Schneider.
Seth Rogen. I'll go middle of the road with him.
Okay.
I think early Seth Rogen, I might not fight, so I'm gonna go a solid 5. Like,
how early are you going? Are you going Donnie Darko? Because that was my first time seeing him. I was a huge Donnie Darko fan.
I mean, what Freaks and Geeks?
Yep. Damn it, you
Freaks and Geeks. I'm probably not fighting Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express. I'm probably not fighting Seth Rogen.
100%. I agree. That movie ruled.
For those who are looking for a dark horse in this one. Band Boys, I'm not fighting Seth Rogen.
Good one.
I didn't hate that. That was pretty good. That was a good movie.
Good movie.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It flies under the radar. Like,
it really
like
does.
I'm a nerd, and nerds still haven't seen Fanboys.
I know. I caught it on Comedy Central one day randomly, and I got sucked in really quick. It's like, I love this movie. I need to watch it not censored. It's probably a lot better.
Step.
All right, ready, Cole? Did you try?
No punches for the Jewish.
No,
guy.
you did.
Now, Seth Rogen is Jewish. He is.
I know.
Jewish. Okay.
I know.
That's the other guy. When he says
That's the other Jewish. He's Jewish as well.
Yeah, just know that it's anytime he says to you, "Are you Jewish as well?"
That's why I want to
with
beat his
Seth
ass.
Rogen.
That's why I want to beat his ass.
Good God. Next.
I watched the Great
Moving on.
Hey, Cole,
You know what?
I think you might have subscribed too much to that Hitler documentary.
Shut up. I watched The Great Dictator, and now I've been indoctrinated into wanting to kill all the Jews.
Guess what, buddy?
No,
Guess
I'm
who's
just kidding.
April 16th? Charlie Chaplin. You believe that?
Well, look at that.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't have planned that.
My boy
better,
Charlie.
You frickin' bigot. Go.
Hell yeah, my boy Charlie. Maybe now I'll have to watch The Great Dictator a second time.
I don't think it was good for you. No. I think you need to watch.
You need to watch
Schindler's List.
So wait, real quick, just so I can clarify. Charlie Chaplin's birthday is the 16th. He's that close to Hitler's actual birthday?
Yep.
Weird, yeah.
Yes.
And I noticed Emily did not
Crazy.
put that on April 20th. We do have that on the list.
Yes.
And we're definitely brushing past this now, Cole, because I don't want to hear your 0 on that.
No, I'm going to say 1 out of 10
For
because he's
Hitler?
a national... Wait, what?
Oh, for I think he's still talking about Chaplin.
I know.
Sorry.
I just want to cancel him.
I got lost. I got lost in the chaos right here.
You did.
But you know what? For Charlie Chaplin, I'm going to say 0 out of 10 because he's a national treasure.
He definitely wouldn't say anything if you're hitting him, right?
You know what? And that's the reason I'm hitting him. That's the reason I'm hitting him. I'm like, why is he not saying nothing? I'm punching him. I'm giving him an 8. I'm punching
Meko.
I'm punching Chapman in the face.
Chaplin?
I need
Listen.
conversation. I need you to say something back. You know, I can't.
I'm going to give him a 1
Good.
just because he's silent. But also, if he's played Hitler and been played by Robert Downey Jr., I'm okay with him.
Dude, I think, again, I'm going to look so aggressive on this podcast, but I got to give him a 10 for what he did to Cole.
Hell
Cole
yeah.
was a nice, innocent boy last week, and then he watches a Chaplin
You
movie,
watch The Dictator.
and now he's about to
I mean,
join
and
up
he
with the
also
kids.
I mean, if you and
What
Miko are
happened?
beating the crap out of him, I'm still going to watch.
And he
Like, I'm not
also...
turning you guys in, just so you know. Like, I'm
also
gonna throw this on YouTube so that we can go viral with that.
I'm gonna punch him and keep saying, say something, say something.
What did you have to
Talk.
And he also starred in Modern Times, a film that was about workers' rights.
And what did that do for you? Did you become pro-union or what?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're that
Boom.
impressionable.
Boom.
Please, God,
We're in the union.
please, don't
We're in the
watch
union now.
Brokeback again, Cole.
Brokeback Mountain? No,
Brokeback
let's not-
bitches.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's a pretty common theme. We bring up Brokeback at least once in
I love Brokeback
We're going to
Mountain.
have to start having a Brokeback
I have noticed. I have done my research and gone back and listened to some of your episodes. There's a lot of Brokeback
Kudos to
songs.
you. Thanks for sticking with us and still coming on.
Just coming.
What
Just
I
like
say to my
Heath
wife,
Ledger
too.
did in Jake Gyllenhaal's asshole.
That's how we like you, man. We're going to have this guy on a couple of times. I love it. All right, next one.
I'm wearing my pro-gay socks.
Oh, look at that, LGBT.
My Brokeback socks.
All right, buddy. I was hoping we had a homosexual on this for you, Cole. We don't on April 17th. How about... Okay, interesting. I need a loner. I'm going to go Sean Bean. We'll appeal to all the nerds in us, right?
Sean Bean.
Yeah.
I don't even
Sean
know.
Trevelyan.
Beaner?
Sean Bean.
You'll always be Trevelyan to me, man.
I'm going to be the aggressive one here. I'm going to 9. I'm going to punch Sean Bean in his face.
I'm going
You
nine.
can't leave it there, man. What do you got against the Beans?
I want to punch
Let's just
Sean
do
Bean
it.
in his beans.
I've been too gentle.
You gotta punch.
I've just been too gentle this whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like I need
You
to
feel
get
like
some
this is
direction
the
out.
last person to punch, so fuck it, I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah, we're getting.
I'm
I mean, we got
I
Melissa
might
Joan
kick-
Hart
I might
coming
kick
up
him right
next. I
in
don't
his
think you're
dick.
hitting her. Meko, what do you got? Oh, are you looking him
Oh,
up?
yep, punching him.
Punching him.
Punching him.
All right, we're gonna have a Stephen Meko take
See?
on this.
Yep, the Lord of the Rings. Hold on. He's in the Game of Thrones now.
Yeah.
Yo.
I want to punch Sean Bean in the beans.
Besides that, Sean Bean is the guy who dies in everything. You should just
That
assume
is
he's
so
punched in the face.
Okay.
He really has, hasn't he?
He dies all
Good.
the time. Equilibrium. Equilibrium is a good one. He dies in the first 5 minutes of that.
Yeah. He looks like a drunk.
Reading a book of anything. He doesn't even do anything. Reading a book in a church and he gets knocked out.
Yeah, he looks like
no fight.
He looks like
he's supposed to be this badass super soldier pretty much in that. And boom, he's reading a little book and Bale hits him in the face. Unbelievable. Yeah. So, I feel like we're just on opposite ends of the spectrum all the time. I'm going low on Bean, and it's solely because of Trevelyan. I was a GoldenEye kid. And again, as a 64 fan, GoldenEye was everything. You know that, man. That was every sleepover. Every sleepover was staying up all night playing GoldenEye till our eyes bled. And then even going back and watching the movie as an adult, I'm like, this holds up. This was good.
Really?
And I'll always say, and again, not a popular opinion. I'm very spoiled. I'm very biased because of when I grew up. But, like, I'm a Pierce Brosnan Bond guy. And that was the Bond film. That was my favorite Bond film ever.
Cool.
So I did always like Pierce Brosnan as Bond because he did the one thing that like the Bonds before him didn't do. So like everyone from Sean Connery until Pierce Brosnan, they all just tried to be Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan just tried to play Bond. He was like, I'm just going to be James Bond.
You think even Lazenby was trying to be him? He was kind of a wild card. I thought he was awesome.
Lazenby was just, I don't know, he was on drugs.
He was insane. Have you ever watched a documentary on him? He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's like they offered him $1 million to do another one. He's like, nah, I just don't want to. I don't want to do another Bond. Like, all right, cool.
Yep. I'm punching Sean.
All right, fair enough. I'll give it to you. Okay, we'll move on.
Me and Meko are gonna mess this dude up. We're gonna be the ones that kill him in the first 5 minutes of the movie this time.
We're giving him 2.
Right, what do you got, Cole?
How many more birthday beat 'em ups we got?
3. What, you getting bored?
You ready to move on?
I'm just wondering because I want to move on to Funko Frenzy pretty soon here.
Yeah, we'll get to it, pal.
Good.
Hold on. Okay, let's go next.
There's an order, man.
This is gonna be a double one. First off, I'm gonna have to give a shout out at the end. It's my best friend's birthday on this one. But but April 18th is Melissa Joan Hart.
What?
I already teed this one up. Clarissa, explaining it all in the 90s. Remember her?
Melissa Joan Hart.
You recognize her? She's still relevant.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Hey. Oh. You were a Sabrina fan?
Oh,
you perked up.
Yep.
Or what is it? Drive Me Crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I have a horrible soft spot for chick flicks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at.
Dude, especially those 90s ones, they're good.
Yep.
Me and Emily in 90s and early 2000s, we go back and watch those all the time.
I got a certain soft spot for Dirty Dancing, but it could also just because I have a hard on for Patrick Swayze.
A lot came out there. Steve.
I love Patrick Swayze.
You want to go back to talking about Brokeback? Or
Roadhouse is like one of my favorite movies, bro.
Listen, if Patrick Swayze rolled his tired corpse up on me right now, I would have to question myself.
He does not wish he could quit him. That's for
if
sure.
I had an original man crush, I know it is Patrick Swayze.
You're not alone. I'm sure that's a
Roadhouse is a movie that taught us that you can solve anything by kicking someone in the face.
Bro. Yeah. Period. Roadhouse is one of my favorite movies, bro. Hands down.
Have you ever tried that ripping the esophagus move out in the ring, or is that frowned upon in wrestling?
I'm pretty sure it's frowned upon. I'm also pretty sure it's completely and utterly fabricated. But
okay.
Like, that's not a thing. It's just not.
We weren't allowed to say that last podcast.
What was that?
That wrestling is fake.
I don't think it's a loaded word when you say fake, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, as you always say, when I say something is loaded, it's usually because it's too complicated to describe.
No, when you say it's loaded, it means you don't understand the question.
So, Steve, listen to this. I'm from Memphis. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, okay?
Okay.
God damn, we got a Tennessean over here.
My favorite wrestler of all time, Jerry the King Lawler.
I fucking knew it. It has to be, right?
Yeah. Shit talking, showtime, and it's just punches. He will punch your ass, boom, boom, and I love it. And he shit talk.
Is that how you do things in Tennessee?
Yeah, take care of business. Okay.
So I actually have a really funny Lawler story to go along with. So one of the guys that trained me was he's kind of a bigger time referee. He refereed for ECW a lot of times, and then like kept going on with other bigger promotions. So he got to referee a main event. Excuse me. Get the toilet paper out of my mouth real quick while I'm telling the story.
Yeah, I hope he ain't full of shit. Yeah.
he refereed a main event that was between Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig and Jerry the King Lawler, which has been a feud that's been going on forever.
Yes.
And Lawler, I think, hadn't gotten to the building or didn't want to talk to anybody, was too busy signing autographs, like selling merch, whatever it was. So my friend Jim walks over to Henning and goes, hey, just out of curiosity, like, we can't seem to get an ending. We know it's supposed to be this, but, like, can you give us an ending for your match? And Henning goes, all right, how about this? We get to the point where he does his fire up. He pulls down that stupid fucking strap, and I fall down in laughter, and he pins me like that. And Jim goes, we can't do that, because the second you fall down in laughter, I'm going to fall down in laughter, and no one's going to be able to make it count.
Nice.
And he does pull that strap down. Belly pops out, titty pops out.
Yeah.
And he gets to swinging them pants, boy.
Man, he
loving
it, bro.
Loving
80s wrestler body.
Yeah,
that 80s wrestler body.
Yes. And it's needed right now in wrestling. A normal bod needed in wrestling.
Dude, come to the indie stuff. You'll see some today, and then it always shocks you.
Yeah. Don't worry. Go to some indie wrestling. You'll see some. Trust me, some of those guys don't look like wrestlers.
I'm surprised no one has dad bod in their middle.
Some dad bods, huh?
Yeah, we used to make the joke that like, if we were all in a room and you didn't know it was for a wrestling show, like, what would we be there for? And the common answer was like an AA meeting.
I love it. Yes. I love it. All right, Cole, don't worry. We're going to keep going. All right.
By the way, this is their dog, Ruckus. I mean, Millie. This one's Millie.
Good job, Cole. You got it.
Love dogs.
Yeah. Cole's a bit of a bitch himself. All right, April 19th. Oh, boys, we're going to be having some high numbers, I think, on this. Hayden Christensen.
Whoa.
10 out of 10.
The man who people say
what is
Star Wars. Hayden
18?
Christensen. Anakin Skywalker from 2nd and 3rd Star Wars.
Never watched Star Wars in my life.
You know what?
Nico, you aren't white.
I am not.
Okay.
I've never watched it.
You aren't white, he said. Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Hey,
and then
you know
what's crazy?
Brock.
I saw a small part of it, and you like the coolest black guy that was ever big to be cool.
Was Lando Calrissian.
No,
it's Samuel Jackson.
No, it was the other guy.
Billy D?
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
He's like,
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Billy D. Okay, and I looked at it, and I'm like, okay, I understand. Why? I understand why they put Billy D in this. They're trying to get us to come on and watch the movie.
To bring them in, right? Call the others, to bring the others in.
It's the Force and Colt 45. Both of them flow.
Yes, sir.
All us swag boys are trying to be progressive before it was cool.
Listen, I'm a Star Wars fan and I'm a wrestling fan. Here's the thing. They coincide because we're both a jaded fan base.
Yeah.
You know what else is a jaded fan base?
So what's your number for Hayden Christensen then? I got
It's like...
It's got to be a solid 7.
Okay.
Wait, does he have a lightsaber?
Even if he did, dude, he's not doing much with it.
But he's got the one cool move, like which is weird because I love Ewan McGregor.
All right, I'm gonna throw this one out here. It's a side note before we get back to this. This bugs me as another Star Wars fan. I gotta throw it your way.
Disney
thinking about this
ruined
the
it.
other day. No, Cole, I'm gonna need a vow of silence from you briefly. Okay, so Luke Skywalker went by Luke Skywalker on Tatooine all growing up, right? Nobody's connecting the dots on that planet. And like, oh, remember Anakin? Guys, do you remember Anakin? He even goes as far at one point going, Obi-Wan Kenobi, is that old Ben Kenobi? So people are able to connect dots like that, and they understand last names. But somehow they're like, we're going to hide this guy from the most powerful person in the galaxy. Should we change his last name? No. Let's keep it Skywalker. It's not even his aunt and uncle's last name. So when they're like, why don't you have the last name as him? It's like, don't worry about it. I'm just a farmer, guys, who's an amazing pilot randomly and doing all this crap. Yeah. It's like, what were you thinking? That just bugs me now thinking about why did he go by Skywalker?
So I love this because my favorite Star Wars argument of all time is I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I'm from New Jersey. You have to be.
Sure.
If you watch the first 10 minutes of Chasing Amy, it is the greatest 10 minutes of any movie in like history. Because it's a complete argument about the racism of Star Wars, which was just being talked about. Like it was
lean in, Meko.
and then like what they constantly make stupid arguments like that, where it's like one of the other ones is like, hey, do you believe that the harmless general or the harmless contractors that were building the Death Star just died when Luke destroyed it? Like,
yeah, that's a great one.
Like,
that was Clerks, right? Yeah,
Clerks says it, but in Chasing Amy, it's like black characters are constantly being disrespected in the medium of sci-fi and comic books, and you hear Ben Affleck go, horse shit. Lando Calrissian got to drive the Millennium Falcon.
It's amen, right? I mean, there's so many Star Wars loopholes we could all go into. Again, like I love always just the like, you believe in the Jedi? Yeah, it was 25 years ago. yeah, they were huge, man. Like we wiped them out. But I do believe in that. It's like me saying, like, you guys honestly believe in Ronald Reagan? You guys actually think he was president? Come on, man. It happened. We know it did.
We all know he's the greatest Republican that was ever in office.
Oh, back to Hayden. Cole's getting political. Meko, I know you don't have a dog in this fight. Unless you've seen Jumper. Have you seen Jumper?
With
Hayden Christensen.
That has a cool black dude in it too. That's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I love that guy. He's the perfect. He's the perfect.
You love every movie ever.
He is the black guy in every movie ever.
He is. And Don Cheadle, whatever his name is.
Hey, do you have any funny Don Cheadle stories, Cole?
Don Cheadle.
Do you have any connection to Don Cheadle?
Yeah, you put his picture in my underwear once.
Share what happened there.
I'd rather not.
You can't leave it at that.
Hey, what's the next guy on birthday beat 'em up?
Sorry. Yeah. There's a birthday prank on a rise involving Don Cheadle. Cole still's bitter from it.
Shit stain.
Still blaming me. We don't know what happened there, but
Still
let's move on. Let's hate in your. I don't want to touch you. I just kind of feel bad.
I have to be really bad.
I feel like he's been beat up enough by this point too.
He ruined Star Wars. Is a big accusation. That hurts. All right. We're gonna go on. Let's get spicy. Let's go April 20th. Not Hitler, Cole, but Carmen Electra.
Boom.
1 out of 10. She's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Can we turn her around and just slap her on her ass?
Meko, you can do whatever you want on birthday.
What kind of hitting are we talking about?
We're slapping.
Anything goes on birthday. You heard what kind of hitting Emily wants to do with Anthony Michael Hall, so you guys jump in too.
Yep, Carmen Electra.
Somebody quick, get the Viagra.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
Yeah, Meko.
You can drug someone up with your charm, Meko.
Hey, you know I got it.
Even more than Patrick Swayze.
Or Charlie Chaplin.
All right, Cole, I'm going to give you a bathroom break if you want now. We made it all the way through. I'm going to do a quick shout-out. I forgot on April 18th. One person I'll never beat out, my best friend in the world, Dylan Friedland, out in California. Quick shout-out to Dylan. Late happy birthday, buddy. You know what?
Nice.
Wait, hold on. That's been April 18th. Never mind, that's next week. Oh. April 18th is next week. Early happy birthday, Dylan. When you're listening to this, happy birthday to you, buddy. If you're still listening to this podcast, stoked to go out to Belfonz's wedding with you in Seattle in, I don't know, in a couple months. But Cole, go take your bathroom break.
You know what? Actually, first, I want to get something out of the way. And now it's time for Intrusive Thoughts with the Guest. The part of the show where the guest comes out and says an intrusive thought. So without further ado, this is what the guest has to say.
Tell Cole to close his legs and stop showing his balls.
Something's lit.
All I saw was Don Cheadle, man.
That's what he calls it, his little Don Cheadle.
This has been Intrusive Thoughts with the Guest.
Moving on.
Tune in next time to hear the guest say.
I mean, like I said, Don Cheadle. That's what I got right now.
And now, for the next segment, it's time for Funko Frenzy! Where every week I give Brock a new Funko whenever I feel like it. And here's this week's Funko!
Welcome, Steve. Oh my gosh. Boom. Cool. Is that a Captain America with a matching button?
Yes.
Unbelievable. I didn't know these existed. You know I love Captain America.
You know, I got that on discount at Amazon.
Did you?
Yes.
Thanks for not paying full price for me on anything ever. I appreciate that.
You are very welcome.
You're as thrifty as you are a good friend.
Thank you.
All right.
You know what? And now it's time for the third thing. Talk shit about Cole while he goes to the bathroom.
Oh, let's do it. All right.
Wipe that Don Cheadle off.
And we got about 15 minutes here because Cole walks slower than any person with legs his size. It's weird. It's almost like you go in reverse.
It's like 6'2".
Yeah.
All right, so guys, real quick, while he's doing his number 3, I'm just assuming it's a number 3.
Yeah.
He only does.
Real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out. I don't know if you can see the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm actually I promoted on my show. I did I'm starting a nonprofit for. Well, I'm doing a nonprofit. It's a jiu-jitsu tournament. It's called Tap Cancer Out. Through all my social media, I have links for it. It literally helps out with like 6 or 7 different cancer organizations. It's a huge thing. I do it I did the tournament itself last year. I don't know if I'm competing this year, but I'm definitely gonna. It's kind of one of those things. I start doing it around my birthday, and they do the tournament in September. I raised like $1,600 or $1,700 last year for it, but I'm a big advocate for like cancer research and things like that. It has a lot of personal stuff for me, and I figure we got a lot of jokes going on, but I'll throw out the serious stuff while Cole's making whatever he's making in that pattern.
And we're gonna be posting links for that all over our stuff. We'll throw it on our podcast, on Spotify and all that, and I'll keep throwing it out on Facebook as we go. How long is that going on? Just so we know. It's
from now until September.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm going to do it all throughout the summer. Again, that's the other thing is I'm a little fluffy right now, so the idea of competing in a jiu-jitsu tournament against 300-pounders seems like a really terrible idea.
And did you get my $20 donation?
I think so, yeah.
I was the first one to donate. I just want to do a quick plug about what an amazing human being I am. I donated $20. I just wanted to be the first. Well, some of those, you got to be the first to get the ball rolling, I always feel like, right? Because nobody was on it.
That's what I'm saying. The $20 is huge, man.
We'll keep throwing it.
And aside from that, don't make me too altruistic. The more I raise, I get some free stuff out of it. So that's how I get things like this sweet bottle here.
Cool.
Absolutely, man.
Cool. Water bottles are good.
We're totally behind you on that one. Like I said, we're gonna keep throwing out. We all have connections to cancer. Who doesn't have a connection to cancer, man? We've all been affected.
Yeah, it's.
I got a grandpa who's got lung cancer right now.
If that was on the 1 or 10 list, that would have punched it in the face like 45,000 times.
I think we'd all get that'd be the one we could finally agree on, boys. Yep. Finally, we'd be in agreement. I agree with you 100%.
I got a grandma who died from lung cancer.
Yeah.
A grandpa who is currently living with lung cancer and prostate cancer.
So you down to throw some plugs in for this thing as we go?
Yeah, this segment's over. Talk shit about Cole before he goes to the bathroom.
It wasn't. We didn't. We talked about it.
We actually did.
You know what?
I did not talk shit while you took a shit.
I'm not going to lie. We talked plenty of shit.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah, that's what this podcast is all fucking about.
Shit.
You're gonna have to listen. You're gonna have to listen to the episode for once, Cole.
Here's the thing, man. Okay. I don't know if you've listened to much of our podcast, but we like to do shit to people's faces.
No, I love it. You guys don't put punches. I love it. No, you guys
we like the cheer.
You guys have a great dynamic. You can tell you guys have been together again. And I kind of think we have the same thing here. That's what makes the podcast fun. It's just the chemistry between friends. That's what people want to listen to. Is people having fun.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. That's where we're at in the world. Like I said, even Scarps, me and him have been friends for 15 years, I think. So I've just spent too much time with them now. Now I can't invest in new friends. I've invested way too much time as it is.
Yeah, that's how people get. That's how friends get killed. You get killed, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look at this fucking guy with this other fucking guy.
Meko, how far out are you from killing?
Yeah, like when your best friend, like when someone else calls your best friend their best friend.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, really?
Yo, whoa.
Where the fuck was I? Where the fuck was I at?
You need to know your place, my boy.
You didn't cuddle with him in the 10th grade.
You know?
Yeah, you haven't seen his balls more than you've seen your own.
You know, he's fucking circumcised, bro. You don't know that.
That's kidding, but you're right.
Or he's not, and you don't know that.
Okay, moving on to the next one. All right, I think we'll bring it home.
Either way, you'd have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, cool. All right, we're gonna bring it home to.
It makes it look bigger, man.
I don't know if we're getting it deeper because we're already there, boys.
Objects in the mirror are smaller than they seem.
Is that what took you so long to get back out here?
Hell yeah.
You having a peep fest on yourself?
That's why I cut the lights off. And then, I cut the lights off.
Oh my gosh! All right, deeper and icebreaker. All right, we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna play some music called "Give Us a Dance."
I thought we were doing This Week in History.
I'm skipping it this week so it doesn't
And
drag
what?
on. Honestly, it's our worst segment. We're trying to
History is to be made.
Agree.
Yeah,
Let's make it.
We don't even talk about the event. It's jumping off points. I'm sorry. We've been having a great conversation as it is. We don't need to throw
a lot of it's just like, oh, this happened. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this happened. Oh, that's sweet.
You sound like you're a little butthurt.
You could have tried.
Yeah, man. Like,
you know what?
Did he find Don Cheadle in his pants?
I think he did.
You know, the only thing he contributes to this is we should monetize this so I can get money. We should monetize this so we can get money.
Yeah.
You contribute crap and then you criticize my stuff.
I bought you a Funko Pop. I bought these baller shirts.
He need his money back.
Hey, you know what? At least I'm not making like John and fucking quitting mid-podcast.
Oh, and you know what? You know why he's not going to wrestling with us today? He said, he texted me yesterday, Cole, and he said,
saying, guys,
I'm a little short on cash, so I can't make the wrestling tomorrow. And I said, bullshit. And then, like, 4 hours later, he sends us pictures of the Funkos he bought that day. Right? And then he comes in with matching jerseys, PlayStation hats, and gifts for everyone. And I already bought his ticket, so he wasn't even paying. He just didn't want to go. You're busted, man. You're busted.
Yeah, I know.
You're busted.
Busted, thrusted, and disgusted.
Freestyle
Speaking of which, let's go. We're moving on. All right. Music's playing.
Stimming out.
I really want some Chick-fil-A right now.
Oh, it's Sunday. You always
And
want it on
what?
Sundays. You're not grasping it.
You know what?
All right,
That's
all right,
true.
Steve,
I
what do you
always
want?
forget about that.
Icebreaker, deep or deeper?
Or incest. No.
I mean, I want to know what the question is for incest. Actually, let's go. You know what? I'm not scared. My mom and dad raised me right. Let's go deeper.
Let's go deeper.
Oh, baby. All right. Question number 1.
This
So nervous.
Ocean deep.
This is interesting. And Cole, there's some challenging words in here for you.
What?
What is a status quo that you do not agree with? It's kind of a tough one. So what's like something currently going on in the world or something accepted in the world that people are doing that you're like, not a fan.
Oh, tight jeans.
You know?
Tight jeans. Okay, I get it where you want your jeans to fit.
Yeah.
But to have your bulge already a bulge before you sit down is fucking ridiculous. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. You know?
Cool. The Cheadle's out.
Life ain't so
I
sweet.
shouldn't be able to see the Cheadle.
No, you shouldn't see the Cheadle.
Can I backpack on that? I agree 100% with that, but I'm going with mom jeans on chicks. I hate that came out was normal. What happened to? I'm sorry. I liked maybe the '90s stuff, like the kind of bell-bottomy, low-riser stuff. That was attractive.
Okay.
And then we did mom jeans, and it was the exact opposite. I'm like, you don't look good in them.
What are mom jeans?
They're like the really high-waisted stuff they wear. You can't, not to objectify women too much, but you can't. I'm sorry. I am technically by saying it. I apologize, but I'm just saying like. They looked attractive and beautiful, and something where there's that. It just looks like baggy.
So, do you want to see the figure or not?
I just don't want to see the mom jeans because it's still mom jeans to me.
So I actually worked with a girl who like wore like mom jean shorts.
Jeez.
What?
But also like had them like hiked up too, and I'm like, and like she's a good looking girl. She also didn't have much back there. So when you're hiking them up, like it was just like
Steve, I saw your eyes went down like you were picturing her right then and there.
yeah, like it's like.
Nah.
It's one of those times you feel bad. Like I used to work with a girl who may have emphasized looks too much, but man, she used to always say she's like every girl should have an ass.
Sure.
Like everyone's got a butt, but every girl should have an ass.
All right. I like that. That goes on a shirt.
That's a nice shirt. Nice shirt.
Yeah,
that's a nice shirt.
That goes right along with the old T-shirt I was going to make for my last job too, which was completely inappropriate, sometimes slightly racist.
But anyone who donates $100 to the cancer charity, reach out to me and we'll get you that shirt.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, $100. Anyone, anywhere listening to this, $100 that charity. If you reach out to Coal Mine, we'll get you a special Coal Mine shirt with that phrase on it.
We don't have a fucking Coal Mine shirt.
Cool, I'm making it.
Good.
Gosh,
you know what?
All donations
come from.
All donations
come from.
All donations to cancer treatment.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, my family, my wife's family does own a shirt making boutique. So
let's get it going.
Question.
Let's get it going.
Question. Could we rely on you for our merchandising?
Yes, Steve. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
can we also make fun?
I mean, they already made the I still call it a Lariat shirt for me. So I'm just waiting for some people to actually.
Oh, can we get?
I'm waiting for enough people to want to buy it.
You got 3 right here. We'll rock them. You got 3 right here. First, when those come out, let us know. We'll start rocking. We'll give some away on our show too. Man.
We're talking about hats eventually too. So.
Well, I was gonna say, who made your logo?
So one of my really good friends. Actually, another one of my groomsmen. He guy's name is Frank Hackett. He's actually starting. Let me see, because I think it's okay that I say it now. So let me just make sure about that real quick. I got it right here.
Do you got a list of things you can and can't say today, or what? Is that what you're reviewing?
So this is more of a copyright can and can't say.
I hear you.
Good.
So he started working with this group. If I can find the damn name of it. So he's the one that made my design for it, and really good graphic artist. Has it's called Home Team Heroes. It's basically a digital comic book / like card playing game, kind of like Magic the Gathering or like one of those things.
That's cool.
He's a huge Dungeons and Dragons guy, but he got commissioned to work with this stuff, and it's going to be, like I said, digital comic book. I believe the premise is kind of like mythical creatures playing sports. So like werewolves playing like football and stuff like that.
Mutant League. Do you remember Mutant League?
Yeah.
Remember the show?
I remember Mutant League.
Fun game and fun show.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is. It's like Mutant League where it's gonna be like vampires and like werewolves and like flaming beings like all playing like sports and stuff like that.
We'll promote that too. That sounds sick.
I got a T-shirt, edging.
Hit it.
Edge control. Edging. You guys know what edging is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Edge control.
I unfortunately do.
Edge control. Edging.
That's the
Edge carefully. Edge dangerously.
So we're just running with the word edge.
Running with it.
Are we at the forefront of this? Is this a big word?
Edge control. Because women use edge. It goes a long way.
Okay.
It's gonna sell. A
little edge goes a long way.
I don't want to do our merchandising.
Hold on, Cole. Say it again, Cole.
A little edge goes a long way.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
We do got the coal mine to dig into.
A little edge goes a long way, bitches.
Now, Steve, do you got a status quo you're not happy with other than the way this podcast is going?
Other than the fact that we're not monetizing this sucker?
One of the ones I always go with is, I realize that this might be a little bit more of a serious one, but I always go with some of the anti-bullying campaigns. Again, growing up, being a small kid, I definitely got bullied, but it's not a nice world.
It made you a stronger
I disagree
person.
with online bullying. If you're going to be a bully, at least fucking do it in people's faces.
In person,
like not to quote Cobra Kai too much, but be an artist about it. You know, like take some pride in it. And like, give me a chance to punch you in the face afterwards.
I don't think that's unpopular at all, because I totally agree with you. I got a 15-year-old. Okay, so we've been like navigating the public school system. It's a nightmare. I used to work in it. I had to get out because it was just a nightmare for the same reasons. These kids get so soft because we baby them. Okay, and again, bullying's wrong. Right?
Bullying
I'm not an advocate for it.
But it goes to go away.
Nowadays, it's going too far. It's going too far.
To learn this. It's a dad versus mom thing. Like when my kid's having problems at school, it's like, go figure it out. Okay, you gotta do it yourself, man. I'm not gonna call a teacher. You gotta do it, bud.
They're raising him.
Well,
that's
even like I go with just acceptance in general. For those of you who don't know, Meko happens to be black.
What?
Lied to us.
And you know what?
Well, I came out when we found out we didn't watch Star Wars.
It's not just the tint on the screen. That's his actual skin tone.
Yeah, that's
and
not
I'm
Don Cheadle
sure he has had to deal with some shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
So when I moved to Minnesota,
you're from Tennessee, you dealt with some shit.
Boom.
When
I moved from Minnesota, when I moved from Memphis to Minnesota, one of the most horriblest times of my life, but also a learning experience. You know what I mean? And also to get over the outcome, the other side of the grass.
Yeah.
And to have people change their look at you, their perspective of you is an awesome feeling too. You know what I mean? And to overcome all that shit, bro, is even better. You know, it made me not to be a bully. It made me kind of stick up and be like, you know, anti-bully totally. You know what I mean? So with my children, and especially my boys, you know what I mean? None of that shit is allowed. You know what I mean? None of that shit's allowed, bro. I don't want to hear you ganging up on people.
Yeah.
And then, like, for one instance, my son Amarian, and this lady come to my door, her and her husband, looking for my son, and I'm like, hold on, like, what's going on? Oh, your son and a bunch of more kids jumped my son, and I'm like, hold on. First off and foremost, my son did. Oh, where the fuck is he at? I'm finna get in his ass right now. You know, I'm finna get in his ass right now.
Hey,
and I'm like, where is he at? And so she goes, well, really, your son and my son fought 1-on-1. So basically, my son got the best of her son, but she wanted her rematch. You know what I mean? Which I totally understand. And like how you say with men, we want our sons to go out there and defend, because the world is not gonna accept you like that. You know what I mean? You have to be strong.
Not at all.
You have to be strong. You have to stand up for yourselves. Speak, and speak out. You know what I mean? If it bothers you, nip this shit in the butt right then and there. You know?
So I already know I am not a father yet. We are working on this. As I said.
Later.
Right after the show, right?
I'll come on the show next week and give you details next week. I'll see how it works. I said I'm going to screen Cole's name.
We're working hard, bitches.
If that works, man, you got to name the kid Cole or mine.
Maybe.
Or Meko.
It'll be like the second middle name.
Hey, you know what? You can name him Meko.
But my big thing is I was raised old school. I am old school. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get a phone call that my kid's in the principal's office, and it's going to be like, oh, well, so-and-so did this or that. And my first words are going to be like, did he start it or did he finish it?
Period. That's all I want to know. That's it. That's all I want to know.
Because if you start something, you're an asshole.
You're an asshole. You deserve what you finna get.
You're a goddamn hero.
Oh, and we've dealt with that a lot with my kid. He's a finisher. He learned that really well, and not only that, he's a champion for the underdog. He'll jump in when another kid's getting in it. And again, we've had plenty of calls. Yeah, he was in this, and it's like, okay, what happened here? And it's like, yeah, you're in trouble. You're gonna have to take the consequences, but you did the right thing. Whatever. Like,
never be scared to come home.
That was a crappy situation to be in. That sucked for everyone. I'm sorry. Like, we're gonna have to get through it, but whatever, man. I want you to make sure you're fighting for the right fight.
You know what I don't like? I don't like parents knowing that they fucking kids are bullies.
Oh God, yeah.
I can't. If you know your kid's a bully and you know your fucking kid, bro. I know my kid. Okay, I have a 9-year-old Major. Full of shit. He's a shit starter. I'm knowing it. Right. For him to come home and say he did nothing, bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, come on now. I know you did something.
I know what you did.
I know you did something. Well, he hit me and then I hit him. Okay, then now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So
you gotta dig into there.
You gotta keep digging
through the shit.
It gets deeper.
Dig through
the shit gets deeper, right?
Oh, Meko, you gotta love it when all these parents also, when they get phone calls from the principal saying your child did this, and then they're like, well, what did you do that made them do that?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Were they triggered? Right? Were they in a safe emotional space when it was happening?
Did you put them in their safe spaces?
Yeah. Did you give them time to think about their feelings?
We live in a world where there shouldn't be murder, and there shouldn't be terrorism, and there shouldn't be bullying, and there shouldn't be Justin Bieber. But those things exist.
Well, and there shouldn't be hatred for gays
definitely
either.
Shouldn't have P. Diddy. There should be no Diddies here. No.
Well, we're working on that one.
Somebody. When is his birthday? When is his birthday? When is P. Diddy's birthday? Today. Let's slap him. Let's bury this guy.
I feel like Diddy and Vince McMahon are getting their own private islands next to each other where they can just sex traffic and shit on people.
Sure. Fuck on each other.
Cole, you got any closing thoughts on that one? You're quiet on it. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know what? I just said my piece when I said the whole thing about the average white parent being like, what did you do to get this reaction out of my kid?
Is that how white people talk?
The average,
That's how I
white.
talk.
The average white.
Have you noticed white people talking like that?
I was going to say, I do appreciate that he did not have any bass in his voice when he said it.
That kind of reminds me of that.
You know, it's like it's like the Martin Lawrence from Bad Boys, like y'all got in the brown sugar.
It reminds me of that scene from Blazing Saddles, where they're like, "You spare the women, we rape the shit out of them."
Okay, that's fine. That is great. All right, let's move on. Let's get.
Are you throwing up, Steve? Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll cycle through. We'll get two more in. Steve, you got two more in you?
I got you.
All right, here you go. All right, you want to keep going on deeper? I think
deeper. Hell yeah!
I think
let's go deep this time. Let's try to go down. We'll downscale.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We went deep in the coal mine. We should climb our way back out so we can navigate today.
And watch how deeper it gets.
This way, maybe someone likes us by again.
Oh, this is awesome.
We're gonna end this on
this is probably my best favorite. Okay. Have you ever been in close proximity to a dangerous wild animal? Which one and where? Other than Cole. Cole, have you ever been close to a dangerous wild animal?
You know what? We actually went manatee seeing one time when we were in Florida.
Those bloodthirsty manatees? You swam with them?
Yep.
You're crazy.
Well, no, actually, we actually also went crocodile seeing on a boat once.
Crocodile seeing? That sounds cute.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Was it in Florida?
That was in Florida as well.
Everglades?
Yes.
You been there?
I think so.
Did you feel like you're in danger at all when you're by those crocs? How
No,
about the manatees?
No. The manatees were actually pretty tame.
Well, that doesn't fit in the question.
We got up close with one, though, and they looked pretty dangerous. And I've heard they've been known to bite when they're provoked.
A lot of things are. Yeah. You are. I've seen you do it. You bit me.
You goddamn right I did.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Florida, Steve. You're in Florida, right?
I live in Florida. I live in a world of danger.
Yes. So what about
both human and non-human, right?
This is my experience. Okay, one night, I'm a young kid in Memphis, and I'm walking. We live in apartments. Go figure. And,
only Cole assumes that.
And I walk around the corner, finna go in the house. Fucking possum.
Yeah.
Fucking standing on the step, bro. And he was just, he would not budge.
Yeah.
I walked up and I stopped and I looked at him. He looked at me and he fucking, I took off. So that's the first experience with possum. So now we moved a little bit down further south in Memphis. And my windows had no curtains on them. Okay, there are no curtains on the windows. And every night I went to sleep, fucking possums, bro. So I have this thing with possums. They just in Memphis, they're every fucking way, and they don't fucking back down. They run up on you and will fuck you up, bro. And they're not scared. Big ass fucking rat. And yeah.
No, those rodents are actually one of the most raccoons, possums, any of those things are actually way worse than like a bear.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that.
Nah.
But they're pretty bad.
They are.
And they're everywhere, right?
It is weird.
I don't know. A bear won't give you rabies. A possum will.
A possum will, yeah.
Well, a bear's not hiding under my car.
The smallest things freak the shit out of us. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a mouse to an elephant. You know what I mean?
I heard someone say, like, I react the same way as, like, a murderer popping out behind the door in the dark as I would as a small toad hopping.
Hell fucking yeah.
It's a cheese! Yeah! Okay. All right, Florida boy. What do you got down there?
Let's see. What have I seen recently? I mean, there's actual gators in the lake at the resort that I work at.
Sure.
So I see gators kind of on the regular.
How about those pythons? You ever see one of those out there?
Not as much. Over by, so I'm Central Florida, so we're kind of off the radar from some of the wildlife. But when I was with my dad, living on my dad's side on the east coast of Florida, there was a point where one of his redneck buddies was like, "Oh, come on, we'll go down this path, and like, there's a gator over here." I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll go see the gator." And like, there's a bunch of little baby gators going around. He goes, "Yeah, let's go catch it." I was like, "Catch an alligator." He goes,
to catch an alligator.
He's like, yeah, like you can tell this is some redneck white guy shit, right?
He's serious.
Like this, like Miko's like, I don't even want to be on that path, let alone like go to catch one.
Right. He has like.
And I'm like, yeah, man. Like I'm looking at it. He's like, no, it's only like 3 foot. I was like, my arm's not 3 foot. Like, I'm not ready to lose my right arm right now. So no, we're not doing that.
Is its mouth bigger than my hand? Okay, done.
Not doing it.
Yeah, I'm out. Other than that, the wildest creatures I had were the New Yorkers that were coming down to the Jersey Shore when I lived up there.
Sure. Nice. Cole, any animals in your world? Oh, you
Joe Biden.
Okay, sorry.
Joe Biden.
Well, I haven't really had. Well, I guess I've gotten used to it. I hunt a lot, so I'm going into the woods at night all the time, and I don't know. I usually have a gun with me, so I'm not that scared. But this year I ran into 3.
Steve, I'm not going with him.
Dude, I ran into.
I'm not going.
I know you're not.
I'm not going with him.
I did run into 3 coyotes right in front of me, like 10 feet away, and I've done one many times and they run off. But when there was 3 staring at you, it's like, dang it. One gets me from back, the other goes the other way. It was a little more intimidating. Like again, I've been in like paths where there's like just bear tracks, fresh ones. It's like I don't know if you're 5 minutes ahead of me or 15 or hopefully an hour. It gets a little intimidating, but I've never had it. I mean, sometimes it's the deer out there that you run into that get that close, and you're like, "Jeez, you're big."
Now we're gonna switch from Memphis to Minnesota. So I moved to Minnesota. And my grandma used to lived in Egan off of Diffley Road. Okay. And right now there's a fire station there. It used to be an old farm, okay? Me and this young lady finna go to my grandmother's house, you know, and before it's like fucking misty, it's dark and shit. And as we're going down the hill, it's slow going, we see a fucking pack of wolves, okay? And they're fucking just walking slowly, and we're just creeping, just in the fucking Beretta. I remember the car and everything, bro. And and so as we're creeping by and you look at these pack of wolves, bro, they're going towards the farm, okay? And they're just looking at you. And the Beretta's sitting kind of low. And they're fucking over the Beretta window. You know what I mean? Wolves, bro. And they're going right to the farm and they're just looking like, I dare you to get out that car and pet. And they're just looking at us like, I wish you would. I wish you would get out this fucking car. Because we pulled up and we stopped. And we're just looking at them. And they're looking at us like, motherfucker, okay, try. You know?
Nice. I love the way your voice went on that. You pulled me into that story.
Yeah. I have like I was waiting for the wolves to actually get them.
I'm smarter than that. I ain't get out that car.
So Meko, I do have one question that I didn't get to ask you before.
What's up?
Was it like weird moving from Tennessee to the clearly culturally diverse area of Minnesota?
Yes, because at the same time
we were like, what the hell is that?
Look, and at the same time I'm like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's too many white people. You know what I mean? I went to school. My high school was like only one white girl, and I'm sorry, wherever you are, she had it bad. It's a such thing as sexual bullying too, but she had it bad. You know, she had it bad. Yeah. But coming here, when I came here, I actually had it the opposite. I had fun when I got here in Minnesota. You know, they loved it.
Everyone was like, "Hey, this is my black friend."
You know.
Yeah. I got street cred now.
Then it was like
lying is what they're doing.
I know. And then you're like, "Oh, does he come over to your house?" I was like, "God, no, my parents would never let him in."
No, he's not. They're not having it.
It's like, no, it's okay. I'm not racist. I have one black friend,
and I was that guy. I was that guy. And then you know what was weird? Nobody can come to my house. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was, yeah.
That was good.
I did not want nobody to be exposed to that shit, bro. You know? So I stayed at my friend's house more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like,
I credit good parenting. Like, my mom did daycare when I was young, so like it was normal. Like, we had everyone.
Kids. Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah, the rainbow.
Is that a normal Minnesota thing? Because my wife's mom used to do daycare too.
We love daycare.
And it looks like a little black child on the picture behind you, but it's probably not. But
who is that, anyways?
Yeah, that's his one black friend. They framed a photo of him in the back.
Yeah.
They have to show their friends when they come in.
It depends which one you're looking at. That might be X-Pac, which he's about as black of a white. Actually, he's from Minnesota.
yes, sir.
You know who else is from Minnesota? Prince.
Whoa. Yeah, he's one white black guy.
He is one multicultural
you know what?
person.
That kind of sums up Minnesota, though. It really does.
Yeah.
It's a melting pot.
It's a
melting pot.
The melting pot.
The melting pot.
It is a melting pot.
That's beautiful.
Listen. I fully admit this. My wife is if you see her, she is the epitome of what you assume like a white girl is. Like the full on Scandinavian.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like we are going to have if all of a sudden my baby's not white, I know what happens.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And it's just that she finally got glasses and realized what I look like.
Cole's got a zinger.
I was gonna say I'm not racist. My neighbor's Colombian.
You got us there. Dang it.
And Meko's black.
Damn it, Cole.
He's as black as a
Yeah,
motherfucker. He's better than you by a long shot.
You just need that one, man.
Yeah,
that's all you need here.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm really not your friend.
We're more of acquaintances, possibly work colleagues.
Work associates.
Yeah.
Once a week on Sunday.
Yeah. It's like
when we should be going to church.
What's the Adam Sandler movie? That's My Boy. It's like I felt a little bad that you invited me to be your best man. I barely know you.
Exactly. And see, I'm going to a barbecue and they're going to a Klans meeting. So they're going to burn crosses. I'm going to burn meat.
You found
more of a Big Daddy guy myself.
Okay, we need to get to Icebreaker quick, boys, because this went deep.
All right. We did go deep on that.
Icebreaker.
And last but not least, Icebreaker.
I think we kind of touched this. It's Have You Met Celebrities on Who? We kind of had some of these.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's just lame. What's
Throw
your
it.
favorite? I'm just saying. I don't care about you. What's your favorite place to get coffee or tea? I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, we're done.
At her house.
I feel like any group of people could make that interesting. It's sitting right here.
Yeah, at her house. At her house is the best way to get coffee. Walking out the door.
I mean, these ones suck, but let's go with it. What's the longest distance you've ever walked or run? It's like the whitest question you can get.
Yeah,
Tell me about your calisthenics.
5 miles.
When'd you walk 5 miles?
There you go.
I ran 5 miles.
Cool, I told you it's a 5K. 5K's not 5
Who is your celebrity?
We
know his celebrity crush.
Yeah, let's hit it. Ready? Who is your celebrity crush? Hit it, Steve.
Cole Aller.
It's Cole. Cole's my celebrity crush.
He needed a little boot.
Did it just go to an 11 when you found out about the Don Cheadle stuff?
I went from like 6 to midnight immediately.
Yeah, we can't see the lower half of his body. Remember that, people.
Like I'm happy enough that I was small. That I'm small enough that like you didn't hear from my table.
He's queefing.
Cool. Who's your celebrity crush? Marley Matlin? Is it Marley Matlin?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. He wants to vote Heath Ledger.
You know, that's a good one, actually. I'm all right with that one.
I want to join the threesome in Brokeback Mountain.
All right. We're back here. Meko, bring us home.
I'm going to go with, I got 3 of them.
Okay.
At least 5, but I'm going to just give you 3.
Chris Rock.
I'm going to give you 3.
What's his connection to Chris Rock?
I'm going to go, I hate Chris Rock. I can't stand him.
You rock like Chris
Rock. I figured you guys knew each other.
He deserves to get slapped. I don't know. But I'm going with Rihanna for one.
Okay.
I love
see that.
Love some Riri.
Whitney Houston.
You know what? Back in the day, I do love. I think I might take Bobby. He likes to party a lot.
Broke back. Rubbing off on us all.
And The girl from Hunger Games.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh my goodness.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh my goodness, bro.
These are attractive people. You did well on that.
And she gets naked. She has no problem getting naked.
Okay.
So I'm totally with it.
I mean, she was Mystique too, so.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Yeah.
So, Meko, you're going to be really impressed with me on this.
What's that?
Remember who my first celebrity crush was? Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC.
Nice.
Little third grade Brock had a crush on Lisa Left Eye Lopez. That was like the first time I found a woman sexy. I swear to God.
Oh, wow.
It was like beyond like attraction. It was like, this is hot. I didn't even know what that meant yet, but I was like, whoa, what is this?
Brock, what are those bite marks?
Am I allowed? He was like,
am
I allowed to like this? And what is it?
It was so exotic.
I'm not sure yet. I'm actually trying to think of my first celebrity crush. My first celebrity crush, woman, obviously, hopefully. I'm not on my gay vibe right now.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there, buddy.
We'll get there. We keep talking about Don Cheadle. We might get there eventually.
We'll indoctrinate you like the schools indoctrinate our children.
Oh my gosh. Go on.
Oof. Right.
Keep it an icebreaker, Cole.
I mean, we'll come at you hard.
I'm going to go a strong middle-aged me, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Ooh, fair. Ooh, okay.
Nice tits.
Yeah, she was, and again, there was definitely that was, and
because I remember her like in her Disney days.
Well, Can't Hardly Wait, man.
Like what Kids Incorporated or whatever she was on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney, you know the other one I gotta go with, and it still exists 100%.
Hannah Montana?
Nope. Danielle Fisher, Topanga Lawrence from Boy Meets World.
Ooh!
I couldn't get whiter with that answer. I'm well aware.
Actually, you know what? No, I gotta change it. I'm sorry, I do have to change it because it precedes this one. It predates that one.
Sure.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Well done, man.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah. You know what? I was actually thinking someone here was going to say someone from Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, Spav would say Elizabeth Berkley because he's such a Showgirls fan, right?
Yeah, you know what? He has a DVD copy of Showgirls, and it's the NC-17 cut.
That dirty man. Huh. He just called me twice. I should probably call him back.
Yeah, get a copy.
Yeah, and you know what? He probably called you discussing some Barney videotape or some shit.
I did recently purchase
Miko's like, that's gross. Can I have it?
Get a copy.
Oh man, dude!
You know Barney was found on TCAP, right?
You got one. You got something for the guest, right? Because we're gonna probably let him go soon. But
play the theme first.
Okay, hold.
Shit,
All right, Cole. Your favorite segment of the show. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of gifts for the guest, right?
We're gonna sign this bitch and send it to you, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna sign Hulk Hogan's name on it.
Yeah. We got you.
Hell yeah.
A Cole original man, Hulk Hogan Funko.
Hell yeah. I love any wrestling memorabilia, and I was a Hulkamaniac. I don't care what it is. I don't care.
Just a little something to say thank you so much for coming on. This was a ton of fun. Like, more fun than I expected.
I want you to come back. You got to come back, see?
Listen, I got to tone it down on my podcast, so I get to go a little nutty on yours.
It was fun.
Good.
Did you have fun on it?
Shit, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. This was so much fun. It was exactly like I was telling people about it for days. I'm like, yo, I'm going on this other podcast. Good. And it's kind of a comedy podcast. And they're like, oh my God, you're just going to be you. Because normally I work at Disney and I do a podcast where.
And that's how we want you. We want the best you.
And I just want the people to know that Steve's going to be on. I want a minimum once a month.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull you
I like that.
You got to be a special guest on here. You vibe
I'll start coming on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys make your way down to Florida. You let me know. I'll do something. I'll introduce you to Disney Princess or two.
Cool. You hear that? Or Prince.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be a series regular here.
He will.
You see how this is blocking out Cole's balls right now. Look at that.
So now instead of Don Cheadle, I'm picturing.
Keep going. You can finish.
But specifically with the mustache.
But before we end this and let you go, though, I want to make sure you get a second to do a plug for all your stuff. Make sure you can tell people where they can listen to your show, what else you're doing, when they can listen to it, everything you're doing. And we're going to keep throwing it out there because you guys got to listen to this, man. Yeah. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's fascinating.
Tuning in.
So So, show is called I Still Call It a Lariat. We are a pro wrestling podcast, obviously, but it's also three guys from New Jersey who like to make fun of each other quite a bit. It's basically the same dynamic as you guys, just on the East Coast and not in Middle America.
and we're more diversified too.
Yeah, what's your problem, man?
Culturally.
How'd you get that past HR? We're 25% black on this one.
Hashtag white power.
I mean, you know. You ever been to Brick, New Jersey, man? It looks like Minnesota.
It's okay. You know, we'll let you Meko so you can play that ring spot anytime you want, buddy.
I'll be your friend.
Yo, Meko, I will have you on the show. Don't.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
If you think I won't do a review show and have Meko on there, you are out of your mind. Like,
let's do it.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I Still Call It a Lariat. Honestly, I know I keep saying it and I keep posting about it, but we actually are the fastest growing pro wrestling podcast in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Nice.
I actually just got an email from Apple Podcasts the other day that said we broke the top 100. We're in like number 63 in the wrestling podcast category.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
It's one of those, I work 60 hours a week doing real work, and then I do like 30 hours a week doing the podcast, and it's self-fulfilling for that one. And
it'll pay off, man. I hope it does for you, man. We got your back till the end.
Getting to come on here with you guys and knowing that you guys, or that you enjoyed, that was really cool, man. Like I've really been enjoying getting to do this. It's funny because the stuff I do at home for the podcast is pretty similar to what I do in my real life work, but it's more fun.
Yeah.
Except you're not like me, where you just show up, say your lines, and then go home and play video games.
Yeah, but
look, man, Cole, we all want to masturbate and play video games, but sometimes some of us have to work.
Yeah, you probably play some gay shit like Call of Duty, though.
No, I think what was the last thing I played?
I play real man's games like Final Fantasy and Dragon's Dogma.
Boom!
You're such a man.
Manly
such
man.
a man.
Manly man.
All right, Cole, you ready to bring us out of this one?
If you could tell me you lived in a basement without telling me you lived in a basement.
I live in a condo, actually, on the first floor.
Yeah, who bought it for you?
A little special person in my life. Anyways.
You press the button, he wants out, but he owns it. Check us out, Cole.
So long. Farewell, to you, my friend. Goodbye, for now, until we meet again. Hey, out of the box. Hey, out of the box. Coal mine.
Hey, appreciate you, Steve.
Thank you, brother. Okay, stay good. We'll talk soon again, man.
Take care. Be safe.
Definitely, man. Thank you.
Man. Take it easy.
Later.
Boom.
Later, guys.
I don't know how to close it.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Already. Just like that. That's all.
Yep.
Just like that. You got Final Fantasy.
Oh crap! We forgot to do this up. Quick, Cole, give us a goodbye.
Goodbye.
Fuck off, people.
Bye.